Welcome, everyone. Thank you to all of the USAA mortgage leadership that's here with me today. Recently, I completed a course in public relations theory. I would like to share with you all everything I have learned in this class about how public relations theory can improve practice in terms of effectiveness and ethics to address professional challenges and opportunities public relations is facing and how USAA mortgage can benefit from what I've learned. As you all know, at every meeting, we must start with the mission. The mission of the association is to facilitate the financial security of its members, associates, and their families through the provision of a full range of highly competitive financial products and services. In so doing, USAA seeks to be the provider of choice for the military USAA is a well-known and trustworthy brand to the military community, but mortgage is a fairly new department as it only hit its stride after the market crash in 2008. USAA has done a wonderful job of increasing the quality of mortgage process and products available, but the public relations aspect is lacking. The mortgage department did not reach its target goal in 2017 for the number of closed home loans. This is due to unrealistic goals and communication with stakeholders being outdated and out of touch. Due to this, current leadership have already approved the budget increase for the mortgage department from $1 million to $20 million for 2018, which is a major opportunity. The challenge is to utilize the budget effectively to accomplish the goal of closing more loans. I feel the knowledge I've learned about public relations theory could help USAA Mortgage increase the effectiveness of their future marketing and communication with stakeholders and potential USAA members. What I've learned in my public relations theory class can help us reach our goals, which are ultimately to maximize 2018's increased budget and increase productivity. We need to create a strategic PR plan to help build and maintain quality relationships with our new and current USAA members. We need to encourage them to place their trust in USAA Mortgage as their lender of choice. Ultimately, we need to increase applications for USAA mortgage products and the number of closed loans in 2018. The main theory that really resonated with me, and I feel USAA Mortgage could benefit from, was the excellence theory by J.E. Grunig. Quality relationships are key to effective communications. Quality relationships are key to USAA, and especially USAA Mortgage. We have to trust our members and they have to trust us. It has to be two-way and it has to be equal across the board. Facilitating the financial security, that is a huge weight on our shoulders. They have to trust us with everything, with their finances, with their well-being. We have to scan the environment and really figure out who all our stakeholders are first, which would be our membership, our associates, the whole military community, even people that aren't our membership, that could potentially be members. Word of mouth is everything. So I feel with studying J.E. Grunig's excellence theory, we could really, really learn how to focus on building those quality relationships and long-term membership. So, why are quality relationships with stakeholders and management important to USAA Mortgage? Because buying a home is one of the most important financial decisions a person will ever make. They really need to trust their lender. Mortgages can last up to 30 years, potentially with refinances even longer than that. They could be lifetime if they really build a quality relationships with us. Those quality relationships, they equal long-term commitment, loyalty, and lifelong membership with USAA across all lines of business. So just how is USAA Mortgage going to create those quality relationships with our stakeholders and our members? I learned in my course that digital and social media have changed public relations. They allow organizations to reach their stakeholders on a global scale. The communication is almost instantaneous, and it's two-way, and it's even potentially free. In a study that I read by Wright in 2015, he found that practitioners agree that new media are changing public relations. Their survey, which was a couple years ago, but even then it found that Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn were widely used platforms. USAA Mortgage needs to utilize social and digital media to obtain and maintain social capital. According to an article I found online by the PRSA, social capital is an intangible relational assets that emerge from social interactions. It's not social media, but social media provides an effective channel to gain this social capital. Social capital would be the relationships we build with our members online. Another topic I learned about in my public relations theory course that I feel could help our communication and our messages was persuasion and control. According to an article by Perloff that I found online, persuasion is a symbolic process in which communicators try to convince other people to change their attitude or behavior regarding an issue through the transmission of a message in the atmosphere of free choice. Public relations is a strategic management function that can help organize this communication to increase their control over the relationship. But we don't want to have too much control because it borderlines in the gray area of persuasion versus coercion. We need to persuade members to join the organization and apply with USAA Mortgage, yet there's got to be some degree of mutual control in order to foster that trust. The next topic I learned about in my course goes hand in hand with persuasion and control. It was framing. It talks about effectively tailoring each message and each communication to reach the public that you are trying to reach in the most effective way. An article we read by Hallahan stated that as a property of message, a frame limits or defies a message's meaning by shaping the inferences that individuals make about that message. He went on to describe 7 models of framing. They were framing of situations, attributes, choices, actions, issues, responsibilities, and news. If USAA Mortgage can effectively frame their messages before they go out, we will make sure we're reaching the public in the best way possible. Moving forward, I learned that organizations can do everything in their power to frame messages, to effectively reach their publics, to persuade and control them, to act and behave in the ways that they're trying to that align with their goals. But there's a gray area. They've got to remain effective throughout all of that communication and ethical at the same time. In an article I read by Shannon Bowen, she stated that public relations' main job is to counsel top leadership and stakeholders to act in ethical ways with the publics and their media. She stated that careful and consistent ethical analyses facilitate trust, which enhances the building and maintenance of relationships. And after all, that's the ultimate purpose of the public relations function. That's why we're here. That's why I'm doing this presentation. USAA Mortgage needs to build trust with its membership. One of the really interesting articles we read in our class was by Edgett, and it talked about the 10 criteria for ethically desirable public relations advocacy. Some of these criteria included evaluation, doing a detached or objective assessment, priority, Values of the client or organization come first. Our membership's values come first. Sensitivity, balance of client priority and social responsibility. Confidentiality, protection and secrecy, when it's justified. Veracity, full truthfulness in all matters. Reversibility, if the roles were reversed, would it satisfy all parties? Validity, all communication needs to be valid and defensible. Visibility, clear identification of all communication. Respect, respect for all parties equally. And consent, all parties must agree to the communication. Organizations can aim to be as ethical as possible and remain in control of all communication across the board, but it's not always going to happen that way. Crises are going to happen. I learned in my public relations theory class that theory can actually help us avoid those crises. One of the theories I really liked was the situational crisis communication theory, where Coombs talked about how the situation shapes what will be an effective response. So USAA's members, USAA, they're all different from different organizations. This theory can be utilized to help USAA Mortgage predict what will create potential risks and crises. And it can help us really learn how to avoid those crises in the future altogether. The next topic I learned about in my course was corporate social responsibility. I learned that stakeholders really want to know that organizations are being active in their society by remaining environmentally friendly, being involved in their community, and having ethical marketing. Based on a recent study of consumer publics by Kim and Ferguson, they found that stakeholders want to hear those corporate social responsibility messages in low key and less promotional ways. They want that information to be transparent as well. They want to know who's benefiting from that corporate social responsibility and how it's relevant to them. Another topic I learned about in my course, which I really feel USAA Mortgage could benefit from, is globalization. We need to include international and diverse perspectives, especially if we are going to utilize digital and social media. We can reach members across the globe almost instantaneously. We really need to make sure we are applying generic principles of public relations while also remaining sensitive, respectful, and adapted to diverse cultures. According to an article we read in our class, we should consider the culture, the political system, the economic system, political economy, media, level of activism, and public diplomacy. Those generic principles of public relations need to be applied across the board, but again, every culture and every location and every member, they're different. And we really need to know how to frame those messages. Another topic we learned about in our public relations theory course was leadership. I really, really feel like USAA Mortgage could benefit from leadership theories in order to help get all parties on board. Leaders are the navigators to our goals. They have to really be able to rally employees and stakeholders within the organization to help them aim for the same goals. They need to be able to make strategic decisions, solve problems, and produce results. And they need to have communication, knowledge, and expertise. As I stated on the previous slide, leaders are the navigators to our goals. Leadership is going to help USAA Mortgage reach the goal of increasing mortgage production. We need to make sure we're hiring leaders that rally employee engagement. According to an article by Men, engagement is an outcome of internal public relations that's behavior oriented and dependent upon transparent communication and positive employee organization relationships. We need to make sure the leaders that we have on our team know how to listen, communicate, and create those quality relationships with their followers in order to execute plans that progress USAA mortgage toward reaching its goals. As I stated previously, the ultimate goal of the public relations department at USAA, and especially within USAA Mortgage, is to create a quality relationship with our membership. We need them to trust us. And trust, as I learned in my public relations theory course, requires transparent and authentic communication. Members want to know that the communication that we're giving them is open, it's honest, it's transparent. They want to know the good as well as the bad. They want to be involved with us and with all communication. If they can trust us and we can trust them, then they will create lifetime relationships with us across all lines of business. Furthermore, the next topic I learned about in my public relations theory course was measurement and evaluation. I learned that in order for organizations to be successful, they need to set realistic and comparable goals. They need to be able to show management and stakeholders that they are successful, that public relations campaigns are reaching the goals, and that they are doing so better than their competitors. In a study we learned about by Thorson, standardization is really the new thing in public relations. In 2015, a few years ago, already a full quarter of public relations professionals had standardized their methods of evaluation. This was to be able to show stakeholders that across the board they were successful. Throughout my studies with public relations theory, I've come up with a few actionable recommendations and created a strategic plan to improve USAA mortgage PR. First, we need to create social media platforms for feedback, specifically for USAA mortgage. Specifically, we need to create a Facebook and Instagram page. They are the most popular right now. These platforms will allow for ethical, transparent, open, and instantaneous two-way communication with our members and stakeholders across the globe. We need to utilize these social media pages to deliver important corporate social responsibility items as well as crisis communication. We can also gather feedback from these platforms. Second, we need to set realistic goals. Last year, our goal was set at 100,000 loans, which was too high. We only closed 64,000. We've already bumped our goal to 70,000, which is already setting a realistic goal. Next, we need to encourage engagement. We need to motivate leadership, membership, and employee engagement through contests, competitions, recognition, and compensation. We need to be open and transparent with all parties and include them in our goals. All of these items together will help USAA build quality relationships, which will increase membership, mortgage applications, loan production, and overall revenue long term. A few key takeaways I hope you guys get from my presentation is that, to reiterate, USAA's membership is for life. It can be passed down through generations. Furthermore, choosing a lender for your mortgage is entering a 30-year financial relationship, and even longer if you refinance. USAA Mortgage really needs to create quality relationships with its members, which will foster trust and commitment to USAA Mortgage across all lines of business. To build those quality relationships, communication with all stakeholders should be ethical, transparent, timely, open, and diverse. USAA Mortgage needs to progress and utilize digital and social media channels to stay current and remain effective in their communication. In conclusion, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to listen to my presentation. I hope that I've shown you why the knowledge that I've learned through my public relations theory course can really benefit USAA Mortgage. We have a big opportunity with the increase in budget from 1 million to 20 million. We could really reach our membership on a global scale, but we could squander it just as easily. I feel if we utilize the information that I've displayed above of public relations theory, we can help use public relations as a strategic management function in order to increase business overall. We need to show USAA membership that they can trust us. And the way we're going to do that is building a quality, long-term relationship with them. If they trust us for their mortgage, they could also trust us for their insurance, their banking, other large financial decisions they're going to make in their life. I feel if we utilize these theories, we can really show our membership and potential membership that USAA Mortgage is the lender of choice for the military community. They can trust us. Thank you.